Hello, everyone, and welcome to Limitless Gaming esports coverage of Limitless Formula Racing, the Tuesday Limitless 2 edition. I am Kem. I am glad that you can join us for this stream today. If you have not subscribed to this channel as yet, please do, as that will help us out quite a bit. And also, if you did not catch yesterday's race for Monday Limitless 1 around Japan, make sure you check that out as well. Variable condition race always causes some sort of chaos, and that is what took place yesterday. So make sure you go and check that video out and like it as well. The race today will be taking place at Britain for the Tuesday Limitless 2 drivers, and at this time I would like to introduce my co-commentator as usual for Tuesday Limitless 2 races. That would be Big Weir. How are you doing, sir?
The game's just loaded, Cam, and it's nice and shiny and bright. There's no rain.
Yep. Looking good.
Finally.
Looking good.
Oh no, I'm good, man. I'm good. I'm sat up here. I'm gonna be honest. I literally just fell out of my chair, and I'm kind of embarrassed about it. but I'm back. I'm sitting comfortably. But yeah. So I said last week I didn't want any rain. It turned out to be a good race. I'm sick of the rain, man. I'm sick of it. I want a nice sunny Britain. It's sunny for our lovely sprint race today. It might still rain in the race. We don't know. It might still rain in the sprint, but for the qualifying, it's nice and shiny.
Yep, it's looking good. It's looking good. And yeah, I remember last week I was saying that I was hoping for rain because they raced at France, so I wanted a little bit of chaos, as there's not typically any safety cars at France because it's such an open circuit, and yet there was one safety car last week. So.
Yeah, like I say, right at the end of the stream, I think you hit the nail on the head. There's something about Tuesdays, man. There's always carnage. Mm-hmm. Apparently, I've got new reports already. Straight away, getting some reports. So, remember last week we had some issues with a couple of people on their controllers. Well, it seems to be persisting. Yeah. The Alpine of Dark Stomper apparently is having some technical difficulties with his controller again this week. He's out on track at the minute, but we seen what happened Formula Jonah last week. He got caught out big time and ended up stuck in fourth gear and then suddenly stuck in the wall. But hey, I think something needs to happen to make this championship a bit closer. So let's just say it will be a rather happy, unfortunate event if that actually does happen. And I'll probably jinx it, but it's good. It's good.
So at this time, I'm just riding on board with Phoenix, and the Aston Martin driver, who is just coming around the final turn. He will be the first to cross the start-finish line to start a hot qualifying lap. So we'll ride on board with Phoenix and see how it is he fares.
Just have a look down the tyres there. Like I said, we've got Sprint League this week. There's a couple of guys have opted to an out lap, at least on the mediums. With the Sprint Week, the tyres don't really matter because everyone gets a fresh set for the race. Mm-hmm. So unless they feel more comfortable in the mediums, maybe, I don't know. There's really not much point in going for the medium compound for qualifying. If you probably get 6, 7, 8 tenths more out of the softs, but unless they maybe just want to do a nice little chill out lap, sort of dupe everyone into thinking they've got no pace.
Yep, so as it is right now, it's Lee 1996, Pyrothib, and Cons who are on the medium compound tire, as I'm riding on board with Phoenix. May have gotten a little bit of a tow from King's Home, so... Oh, and there's an Alfa Romeo that is around. Or stopped, anyways. I'm not sure if it is around, maybe just letting some cars through. So, on board with Phoenix, and comes to the line setting a 128.127. We'll see who is next to the line. Looks like it's going to be King Benny in the Mercedes, and he sets a 127.464 to take provisional pole. As DFC Cons, that's a 128.612, and then Zadanedo with a 128.671.
And BKS throws himself into the mix there as well. He's just a tenth off Benny there. I tell you the truth, we've had so many wet races. I don't even know what a good lap looks like anymore around here. So I'm gonna go throw a number out there. I'm expecting someone to hit the 26s. You know, if no one does, I'm gonna look like an idiot. But you know what? I'm confident. There's some quick drivers here today. A couple of reserves in. A lot of people were busy this week, so we've thrown a couple of reserves into the mix. A couple of Monday drivers in. So Aston Martin have James. We've got the list. We've Waitsy, another Monday driver, and AlphaTauri. I think he actually drives for AlphaTauri in Monday too. So, so quite a straightforward swap there. Anthony is one of the Haas drivers this week, and Electric MV, just one of the regular reserves in one of the Ferraris. Cons, we'd said earlier, he's filling in that Haas this week as well. So, a couple of reserve drivers in the mix this week. Just to spice things up a little bit, a couple of people here I genuinely do believe could take a bit of a fight to Dark Stomper this week. And Kingsholm goes on pole, provisional pole, by next to nothing. Absolutely no. It's going to be one of those weeks where everyone's in the same tent again and no one really knows what's going on. I'm all for it. I'm all for it, man.
So Zadanedo just coming to the line, jumps from 9th to 7th with a 128.513. We'll see who will be next. Looks like it's Prior Fib, as Anthony goes first with a provisional pole with a 127.302. Now riding on board with Kadoy has invalidated, so looks like it's gonna be an Alfa Romeo, and yep, it is Iggy Kumbo currently on board with. We'll see as coming around the final turn. We'll see what kind of time he can put on the board. It is a 129.255 for Iggy Kumbo, currently in 11th place. Now on board with Boosted. Comes to the line and improves his time, but stays in, now drops to 13th, as I believe is H. Bosworth, who jumps to 6th with a 128.111.
We got a man on a flyer here, Cam. I'm just putting on board with Dark Stomper. He's on his flying lap at the minute. He's just gone purple sector 2 and matched Anthony sector 1. Wow. So this could be a cheeky little pole lap. Well, provisional pole lap. Comes out to the last few corners now. Tight line into the final corner. And he's just behind Anthony. Yep. Next to nothing in it. I think he lost all that time in the last sector. I said lost all that time. It's literally next to nothing. It's looking like it could be a close fight for pole position today.
So now riding on board with Electric Envy, saw that he was just... so cuts close to 2/10 out of his best time, so jumps to 5th with a 127.468. There is an Alfa Romeo who has invalidated. Kadoy is going into the pits. Another Alfa Romeo has invalidated. And Waitsy is on an outlap. So, let us see.
Trying to work out if there's something I've missed, but the Power Fib has also opted for the medium tyres. I don't know if he knows it's sprint route, or they maybe know something that we don't. Maybe this, I don't remember. I feel like tyre wear around here is pretty low, so I don't know what the advantages of the medium tyre. If there's some sort of cheeky little tactic that I'm not aware of with the mediums and 5-lap races, but. The Power Fib's got a lot of pace, and we've seen him in the past put absolute flying laps in. He's sitting a second off the pace in the mediums. I'd say he'd be right up there in the mix on the soft.
Yep, so he is about, so he's about a second and a tenth off of Anthony. Ooh, and Anthony's on the mediums as well?
This surprises me. I think he's just changing between them in the pits. So that's what happened there. I was going to say I did see him pop up there for a second. King Benny, I think, threw himself into the mix there, if I'm right. I think someone jumped there. I didn't see who it was, but like, look at that split there. P1 to whoa, hang on a minute. Thibs just put in on 3/10 off pole on the medium tires. Get on the soft, son. What are you doing? You're looking at pole.
There has to be some type of tactic that Prior Thib is going for here. I'm assuming it might be the tactic of flexing, if you will, because
Flexing.
maybe he's just trying to, you know, set a very fast time on those mediums, and then he's gonna kind of get into the heads of some of these drivers, and then maybe pump that fast lap at the end.
He's in a hard flex at the moment. Well, if he's only 4/10 off, well, not even 4/10 off pole on the mediums, it's gonna leave some people quaking a little bit.
Right.
My prediction of the 26 is not looking good at the minute, though. I'm not gonna lie. I'm gonna look like a mug in 7 minutes time. But someone hard flex here. Come on, get into the even at 126.9. I'll take it. I'll honestly take it. But I think this this top end of the field is going to be very, very close.
Yep, between as we have yellow flags, sector 3. So yeah, top 5 is separated by less than 2/10. So
Disgusting. Absolutely disgusting.
So let us see. Phoenix is currently on a flyer. There are some cars that are coming to the line. Zedaneto is on an outlap. Kadoy is on an outlap. There's a Ferrari. BKS looks like he's going slightly faster. Jumps to second with a 127.327. King.
And validates turn 1 for good measure.
So King Benny is going to be next across the line. We will see if he's able to improve. Looks like he's going to, and it is provisional pole for King Benny, a 127.154. So we're right on board with Phoenix, going just a 10th slower than his fastest lap. So we'll see if he can make up any time in these final 2 turns. Currently sitting in 9th place and is not able to improve, unfortunately, still in 9th place. We have Anthony, who is on the medium compound tires. Let's see if he is able to improve. Reserving for the Haas team today, and nope, goes 200th slower than his fastest time. Cons YT coming to the line, goes a second faster with a 127.570, jumps to 7th place. Next across the line is going to be Zedaneto, and jumps from 11th to 9th with a 127.870. There is a Ferrari who is on an outlap. Dark Stomper is coming to the line and goes fastest. There's your 126.
There it is. Oh, that's a stonky line, Cam. That's a stonky lap time. Stonky lime, I think I said there. I don't know what I meant by that, but we'll go. It's a stonky lap time as well. I'm going to call a lap time a lime from now on. I'm not sure what Anthony's thinking at the minute. Like I said, I've seen he's actually committed to the medium run here. Saving tires, there's no point. It's sprint week, boys. You can go on the sauce all you want. Thibble boys on an outlap. Let's see, is he on the medium still? No, he's finally gone to the softs. Flea still hasn't set a lap time on the softs. Waitsy and James both haven't put a lap time in either.
Well, this is interesting. Has James even left the pits? I don't think so, huh?
Either. I don't know what. Maybe this is a cheeky tactic. Maybe George Cam. I'm sensing a sweaty meme in this. As I call it. Start from the back and see where you end up.
Yeah.
Like I say, Silverstone. And yes, a little bit like France in that it's very, very open, but can be very, very punishing. I won't be surprised if we see a safety car here today. Speaking of which, there's an Aston Martin round.
that Phoenix? Yep.
With quite significant damage to that front wing. He's trying to get going again, but I'm not sure. I'm trying to work out where that is. Okay, so he must have lost it on the exit there, and found himself comfortably into that barrier, but he's got the long drive back to the pit lane now to do. He's got a little bit of time, could probably get out again, do another lap. He's sitting in a decent spot up there in P5, but I would say there's going to be some jumping up and down that leaderboard in the next couple of minutes.
Yep, so he may just have enough time to be able to put on another set of soft tires and go for one last run. We have 3 minutes left in this qualifying session, currently on board with Gennady, who is going to improve and jumps to 13th with a 128.446 for the AlphaTauri driver. So Thibbo Boy just crossed the line, but he was not on a flyer. Lee 1996 is currently on an out lap. He's currently on an out lap, and Electric Envy is currently going fast, so we will ride on board with him currently in 7th position. We'll see as he just heads into these final couple of turns if he will be able to improve on that time, and yes, he does. Jumps to 3rd with a 127.182.
Seems we got a speedy boy reserve cam.
Yep.
Ferrari need the points. I don't know. That's one thing I haven't talked about actually is the standings. Brandon in the drivers' championship basically has it wrapped up. He could have won it this week if he had a better result last week. Well, sorry, if BKS had a worse result last week, I should say. But he can't win it this week. But he's looking on track for maybe taking it next week in Hungary. Ferrari are currently second in the constructors. On 232 points, but Alpine have a very, very healthy 58-point lead at the minute. Battle for P3 though, getting a wee bit juicy. Alfa Romeo and McLaren both on 211 points. So that fight's going to get very, very spicy. Alfa Romeo are very, very keen to go after the constructors title, but they've got a bit of a gap to try and make up. 89 points behind Alpine at the moment. Bottom half of the grid, Mercedes has Aston Martin and AlphaTauri all kind of in the mix for that P7 spot. Red Bull have kind of dropped to a league of their own in P6. They're just kind of in limbo, as I call it. They've got a lot of work to do. Flea got a good result last week. It seems to be one either gets a decent result and the other doesn't. Bit like Alfa Romeo at the start of the season. King Chong made that bold strategy call at the end. Almost played off for him, but he was relying on the rain to come when it didn't. But yeah, championship fight getting very, very juicy, and there's a DNF. It's on track.
Doesn't look like it.
I think it's maybe in the pit lane. Just I've seen the yellow flags. There's a lot of yellow flags in sector 2 at the minute. I think it's boosted causing that.
So, let us see, is there anyone that is coming to the line? Maybe Combo is on a line, or on a lap.
You said it! You said it!
I did.
Lime, I'm making lime a thing. I'm making lime a thing. I like it.
So, yep, qualifying is now officially over. So, it's going to be BKS, who is coming to the line and jumps to 2nd with a 127.140. Zadanetto is not able to improve as he invalidated. I believe, yep, Flea is currently 0.3 faster and will be next across the line. We'll see what the Red Bull driver can do. And I'm not sure if he moved positions, but is in 14th as it stands. Who will be next across the line? Should be an AlphaTauri. Yep, and it will be weight C, so we'll see what it is that... Ooh, the second into the 126s. Dark Stomper next did not improve, but stays in first place. Anthony will be the next across the line. Let us see what the Haas Reserve can do. Third into the 126s with a 126.870. Now in third, King Benny goes to second with a 126.830.
This is a juicy top four, let me tell you. King's Home jumps up as well, I think, seen there today.
He did just cross the line. I'm not sure if he did improve. And Phoenix is next across the line. Not sure if there was an improvement there as well. I think he was in 9th place, so we'll see.
Looking at the steering wheel, it looks like he stayed 9th.
All right.
I think.
Yep, he did. So we'll just go through the finishing order for this qualifying session going into the 5-lap sprint. So it is Dark Stomper who is in pole position with a 126.742. King Benny is second. Waitsy third. Anthony fourth. King's Home fifth. BKS sixth. Electric Envy in seventh. Prior Thib in eighth. Phoenix in ninth. H. Bosworth in 10th. Cons YT in 11th. James in 12th. Kadoy in 13th, Zedanedo in 14th, Iggy Combo in 15th, Flea 1996, 16th, Janadi in 17th, and Boosted in 18th.
Just check the comments in the YouTube video. Benny, well, to quote him, he said, "Wow, this is very clue," and then "see closer," and then finally finished the sentence as close. No, Ken, don't do this to me. Don't do it. I haven't loaded yet, mate. No! Not again! Not again! Not again! I can't do this anymore, man. So why, that blows the medium strat. What were the medium guys doing? Did they not realise it was sprint week? Oh man, it's enters. I was going to say maybe it'll dry up. It's a 5-lap race. There's not a chance it's going to dry up. You know what? It was fun last week, Ken. Let's have more fun this week. It's fine. It's fine.
Yep.
No formation lap, either. Don't forget, this is going to go straight into the action.
Yep. So 3, 4, and 5 red lights, and we are away for this 5-lap sprint. Let me see who has changed positions. Wacy has... Ooh, and there's a car that is already off. And it is the Aston Martin of Phoenix.
Moves at the front already here. King Benny and Waitsy going side by side through Sector 1. Brandon getting well out of shape there coming out of the corner, but he's opened up a bit of a healthy gap with that battle going on behind. King Benny. Nice guy, Benny. Again, we can't talk today. But he's up in the P2 now. Anthony's also managed to get Waitsy as well. And King's Home sends a big one around the outside.
Yep, and then touch with Waitsy, but luckily they're able to keep it going forward. I'm not on board with BKS, and he just made some contact with Prior Thib as well, but Prior Thib able to hold on to that 6th place position. Going down to Flea, going side by side with Iggy Combo. This is where Verstappen and Hamilton had contact last year that sent Verstappen out of the race. Luckily, these two are able to keep it on track. Ooh, Flea going onto the grass a bit wide, but still able to come out on top in 14th. Now on board with H. Bosworth, who was side by side. Ooh, and it's 3 wide going. Oh, and contact between H. Bosworth and I believe it was Zedanedo. But now H. Bosworth was able to capitalize and move up into 10th.
Absolute scenes. It was only the first lap. CD Neto in reserving for the Williams today, but not even. I've seen 3 wide there. It was a Haas.
And Janadi is around as well, going all the way down to 17th. So unfortunate for the AlphaTauri driver.
Dark Stomper's already opening up a healthy lead there at the front. He's got 2.3 seconds on King Benny. It's going to be very, very hard to make that time up in a 5-lap sprint. But as I said earlier, there's every chance his controller could disconnect. Wink, wink. But no, because if all stays the way it is, Bram's looking like a healthy and very comfortable win at the moment.
Yep. And I'm currently on board with Cons YT, and just in front are both Ferrari drivers, and they swapped positions for a moment. Electric Envy made his way past BKS, but then BKS made his way back past his reserve teammate of Electric Envy. Now I'm on board with Wait C, who is right on the back of King's Home. There will be no DRS due to the weather conditions, but we'll see if Wait C will be able to get a slipstream off of King's Home. Was able to, but not able to. Ooh, but gets a good exit coming out of that turn, and it may just be, nope. King's Home late on the brakes, but Wait C. What a move, and Prior Thib now as Dark Stomper sets the fastest lap of the race with a 1:36.669. Prior Thib almost was able to make his way past King's Home as well.
I think those guys made a bit of contact coming out of the last corner. Yeah, they did. Oh, there's more contact with the Ferrari. I think BKS. Whoa, BKS massive damage. Struggling to get that car stopped. And he's hit Prior Thib.
Prior Thib as well, yep. So BKS gets a 2-second time penalty for a collision with Prior Thib. That is unfortunate, and yep, struggling without a front wing at the moment.
Big incident, like I said. I'm not sure. I did see bodywork flying. I'm not sure what actually happened. I think they actually collided. BKS collided with Prior Thib before they had that second incident, and that's where he lost his front wing, etc. But that's going to give Boosted a chance to get two lovely free positions that he'd absolutely be buzzing with.
Yep. So I'm currently on board with James, who is reserving for the Aston Martin team today, as Electric Envy gets himself a 2-second time penalty for multiple track limit warnings. Yep, so Boosted has made his way past BKS to go up into 13, and Prior Thib, who, yep, is going to make his way past BKS as well. BKS is going to be crawling to that pit lane to get a new front wing.
Meanwhile, but just behind them, Gennady and Phoenix is also racing each other, so they've got to watch themselves. Those slow cars are going to be a big problem.
Yep. And Gennady, I believe, made contact with Phoenix and also made contact with BKS, just going around the outside of the Ferrari driver, but doesn't seem like he has sustained any damage after that minor contact. We are currently on lap 4 of this 5-lap sprint, and Flea is staying relatively close to the back of Kadoy. Flea is currently in 11th position at the moment. So riding on board with Flea 1996, and we will see if he is able. Goes a little bit wide into Cops. Gonna cost him maybe a 10th or 2. But I'll go up to Electric Envy. Electric Envy, as BKS gets a 2-second time penalty for multiple track limit warnings. I'm riding on board with Electric Envy. Ooh, has a snap of oversteer, just getting onto the curb. But we will see, as he's currently in 6th place, as Wait C sets the fastest lap going into the final lap of this sprint qualifying. So we will see if Electric Envy is able to make up one position, as Flea gets a 2-second time penalty for multiple track limit warnings.
Just been keeping an eye on this battle at the front. Anthony seems to have found a bit of a groove here. He's almost right on the back of King Benny. Now, he hasn't got a lot of time left to get this move done, but he's clawing time out of King Benny at the moment. I think we could potentially see a move down at the end of the back straight here if he can keep up this momentum.
We have yellow flags in Sector 1. It's a Mercedes that's boosted. We have made a bit of an error. Now on board with Electric Envy and is right on the back of King's Home. makes a bit of contact with the Red Bull driver, but still with the power down as Cons YT gets a 2-second time penalty for multiple track limit warnings. So Dark Stomper has just a few more corners and he will be taking first place in this sprint qualifying. We'll see as Cons YT is also very close to Electric MV, and it looks like the Haas driver is making a lunge for this final points paying position, and unfortunately, runs wide and finishes in 9th. But yep, it must have been the time penalty for both Electric MV and Cons YT. So H. Bosworth actually moved up to 6th to get the final points position in this sprint qualifying.
Yeah, there's a lot of big gainers in that sprint. Most of the guys gained 4 positions, believe it or not. James was the biggest gainer with 5, but BKS, Dark Stomper's closest championship rival, all the way down there in 18. And Dark Stomper's just extended his championship lead by 10 points. Not the way you wanted to start.
Yep, that is unfortunate for the Ferrari driver of BKS, but we'll see. He just rounds this final turn. We'll see if he will be able to make a comeback from the back of the grid in the actual 50% race that will be taking place just after this. So it is James that gets the driver update for this sprint qualifying. So he made up quite a few positions in only 5 laps. So we will go through the finishing order, and this will be the starting grid for the 50% race that will be coming up. So it is Dark Stomper who will be starting in first place for the race. King Benny finishes in 2nd, will be starting 2nd. Anthony finishes in 3rd, Waitsy in 4th, Kingsholm in 5th, H. Bosworth in 6th, James in 7th, Electric Envy in 8th, Cons YT in 9th, Kadoy in 10th, Iggy Combo in 11th, Flea in 12th, Janardi 13th, Boosted in 14th, Phoenix in 15th, Zeta Neto in 16th, Prior Thib in 17th, and BKS will be at the back of the grid in 18th place.
Well, do I want any more rain, Cam? Do you want any more rain, Cam? Would you want rain in the race?
No.
Yeah, I think I'm a little bit done with rain. Like we were talking beforehand, it's been nothing but wet for the last, I'd say probably 5 out of the last 7 races we've had. But it doesn't, just like a nice civil, flat out Singapore. What is wrong with me today? Silverstone. That's exactly what I want here. Just an absolute DRS sweat fest at the front. I think it's very close at the front of the field, so I would love to see that. I gotta be honest.
Yep. All right, so that is going to be it for this sprint qualifying. This stream is going to end, and then another stream will be starting up in about 2 or 3 minutes time. So stay tuned, as you'll be seeing that we'll be going live in a few minutes for the 50% race that will be taking place.
No rain.
Please, no rain.